Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. And I hope you're not sick of Dominion 6 yet, because I sure as hell am not. Last time, we finished up a very lengthy game, a pretty lengthy game, as M.A. Flegra, which resulted in a glorious victory. And for this one, I wanted to try something a bit different than that. And, you know, maybe it's a bit early to just delve into more mods. And for sure, I mean, absolutely can keep playing the base game. And I definitely will go back to it after this. But I figured before I get burned out on the game and go on a break for some amount of time, which will inevitably happen, I'm certain. I think it might be interesting to check out the Warhammer mod, which is kind of the biggest overhaul mod for Dominion 6, followed somewhat closely by the Forgotten Realms mod, but I think this one is held in a higher regard overall. So, yeah, we're turning Dominions into Total War Warhammer, and it's going to be interesting because I'm not going to really be able to look up, like, you know, faction strategies or anything like that, because it's not nearly as popular, and the game itself is already not that popular. We should be able to find out information about all these different units and spells and stuff by loading the mod file into the mod inspector. I have not done that. I don't think we have to do that at the start, but that is something to keep in mind that probably I can do. But yeah, so we're going to be playing some Warhammer factions, and there's a collection of mods. So you subscribe to it on the workshop, and it will give you a handful of mods. So one is so the main mod is a Somber Warhammer current version. And then we have Disable Vanilla MA, which means that all the vanilla middle age nations are getting pushed over to early age, so that if you just want to play with Warhammer mods, you can enable that. And that's what we're going to do. So this is pure Warhammer. We also have AI Pretenders. So this, like the Oh My Gods mod, is going to give the nations some powerful and thematic pretenders that are all going to be awake, and he said that they all have enough points. They have enough points that it's on par with a master AI. So I think we're going to be lowering the difficulty a bit on this one. Then we also have, I'm not giving them the AI starting forces boost because I'm already not that great, and we have AI no recruit on, so they'll be fine. Then Somber Warhammer Pop type. So this is going to mean that all the independence and everything and PD, that's all going to be Warhammer related and not vanilla. So it's really a big overhaul. Quite, spells obviously are mostly going to be vanilla and stuff. But other than that, it's going to be a lot of Warhammer. And then the Strigos submod, which I guess adds the Strigos vampire nation. I'm not exactly sure why that's a separate mod, but it is. And then, yeah, like we're playing with the No Recruit. We're playing with improved casting AI, Lucid's thematic gem gen. The new sprites, although I don't know if that will actually have any bearing here. We'll see. And trusty research and worthy heroes, although worthy heroes also shouldn't have any bearing. But I enabled it regardless, so hopefully it doesn't break anything. Let's get into it then. Create our new world. Let's play on a vanilla map this time. I like to kind of go back and forth, but I don't think there's any specific Warhammer maps, so we'll just play vanilla map, random, medium size, and this is going to be Mangg's LP's 14, parentheses, Warhammer. Damn it. And I probably can't use dashes either. Oh, you can use a dash. Okay. All right, middle age. Boom. There we have it. There are our Warhammer factions. So, you know, if you never done Total War Warhammer, or you don't have much knowledge of Warhammer Fantasy, it's similar to 40k. You can see there is stuff like Slanesh in there, and there's going to be Nurgle, and, you know, there's greenskins and stuff, but a lot of it is sort of traditional, not traditional, but, you know, sort of traditional fantasy. You've got humans, you've got dwarves, you've got elves, but then there's like beast men, there's the rat men, Skaven, various different factions of elves and humans and things, and then the forces of chaos. So who do we want to play as? I'm pretty flexible, but I think we don't want to play as a human faction, because we have a lot of human factions in the base game, so we want to do something a little different. I'd also be wary of elves, because I just don't like elves. I'm a big fan usually of the Tomb Kings, so that is very tempting. Look at these beautiful sprites. Oh, that is awesome. Holy shit. So the Tomb Kings are basically undead Egyptians, essentially. And they get, they get chariots. They also have the serpents and stuff. Damn, it's going to be tough not to pick this one. Alright, I mean, that's a very strong contender. Then I would say Skaven is pretty tempting. Also, really awesome faction. They get, like, the plague stuff. Excellent. And they get warp fire. So they shooting out warp fires. That's fantastic, man. Holy shit. So good. We could be dwarves. Are there dwarves? Oh yeah, here we go. And they get crossbows and arbalest. Usually they're gonna get guns, but I guess they didn't want to put that in because that was a little tricky for them to, I don't know, who knows. Gun is not exactly same as a crossbow or anything. But it's similar, and the crossbow bolts arc, so, well, I guess it's not quite the same. But anyways, we could be dwarves, or we could be a chaos faction. I do love Tzeentch, and look at this shit. Turmoil limit +4. What the fuck? Again, though, just awesome sprite work. I love this. It's so good. Damn. Oh, man. I'm tempted to just go random. Like, I don't know if I can actually choose. If I was leaning towards something, it'd probably be the Tomb Kings. But I'm willing to leave it in random hands. Unless it's a human faction. We're going to play with normal. Yeah, last time we did all standard AI, and I thought that was reasonably well. But maybe they were a little too passive or a little too sane. I don't know. They weren't that... No, I think standard's pretty recommend. It's good. I like standard. All right, let's just see what we get. We got Bretonnian Knights of the Grail. So that is going to be very much human, standard human. They are, you know, knights. They're like King Arthur knights sort of faction. They do get Flying Pegasus Knights, the Sacred Grail Knights with glamour. I mean, it's very similar to, like, I don't know, Man or something like that. So we're gonna not go with we're not gonna go with that. Nuln, Bastion of the South. Again, pretty, you know, human. They get halfling allies. They do have these fucking steam tanks. Holy shit. Oh my god. 238 resources, 280 gold. 1 per turn. Oh my god, it's fucking glorious. So there you have a steam-powered cannon. So I mean, why can't you have guns? Oh my... It's so epic. That's a lot of units. Look at how many commanders and unit options they have. That's wild. Very, also still tempting despite being human. But no, once again, we will re-roll. Skavenblight, Rise of the Under Empire. Alright, yeah, this is what I'll take. The fucking Skaven. Alright. So they're a race of malevolent rat men that inhabit the underworld of the Warhammer world. Stealthy, minor poison and disease resistance, mountain survival, good at sieging. Their military is massed infantry, experimental fire, shock, and poison weapons, and mutated beasts. Magic, they get death, earth, fire, blood, astral, and minor glamour. Okay, so pretty decent mix there of stuff. Priests are powerful and can perform blood sacrifices. They can discover warpstone sites, exhaust them, and reopen them with labs. Also, their heroes are not tied to luck scale. They have productivity limit +1 and a misfortune limit +1. Okay, let's go. So we got a scout, disease resistant with dark vision, but otherwise stealthy little scouts. Chieftains. So they do have Taskmaster for their slaves. 70 leadership. The Molder Packmaster. Oh, they lead rats. Teeming packs of giant rats. They summon 3 giant rats per month. Animal Awe. Okay. Poison resistant. Siege bonus. Gluttony 10 to feed all the rats. Tight Rain. Undisciplined units under his command are not restricted to skirmish and can be given specific battle orders. Okay, Beastmaster, so +3 morale to any animals he controls. Unsurroundable, and yeah, Monster Summoner. 3 giant rats per month. I'd have to look at the stats on a giant rat. I think that might be in the base game, but it could be he used a different thing. Now, what I am not sure about is how you... I'm trying to load... Okay, oh no, I see. 3, 2... I'm trying to load the mod into the mod inspector, just so we have it. But, you know, it's always... 308... This one? Oh yeah, that's it. And I don't know what I'm loading. The DM file, probably? Sure? Load? That's... Yep, that seemed like it worked. Okay. And then Giant Rat. Recruited from Skaven Summon. That's the one. Okay. So, Giant Rats have 9 hit points, 2 protection, 7 morale, 11 defense, 17 combat speed, a 11 damage bite attack, and Formation Fighter 2, which means you can put 4 in a square. Well, there's certainly not going to be... They also cost no gold upkeep. Okay. They're certainly not going to be frontlining anything. Okay, but it's like, well... You know, you recruit them, you know, definitely not in your capital or anything. You just have some fort somewhere, and you're just like, all right, make constant pack masters. Or just make, like, 6 pack masters. They're getting 18 giant rats a turn. You know, pretty soon you've got a couple hundred giant rats. Maybe? Usually I don't place much stock in these guys that just summon a few things, and that's, like, their gimmick. Warlord. All right, this is our main commander. 150 leadership is excellent. You get a siege bonus, taskmaster +1. Disease resistant is always nice. Good. We get assassins. Ooh, assassin spies. Scale walls, ambidextrous 3, unsurroundable 2, stealthy 80. They get dual weeping blades that do 18 magic damage with 15 attack and 15 armor negating poison. Okay, so we have strong fucking assassins. That's gonna be good. Yeah, we're gonna just want a lot of... Basically, like, just keep making these, because they're always gonna be useful. 17 defense and 18 hit points. I mean, that's a phenomenal assassin. I wonder how balanced this game is. This mod is. The Pestilence Plague Chantor. Alright, so this is our level 1 priest. They do get either death or blood on all of them. They're sacred. Berserker +2. Other than that, it's hard to say. I mean, it is nice to have a level 1 priest that actually can do something with magic. And if they do go into blood a bit, we can do some blood sabbaths. But we'll see. We have the Scryer Warlock. 1 fire, 1 earth, and then either fire, earth, or death. So we will have some 2 fires and 2 earths floating around. This is probably going to be, yeah, our main research monkey in the early game, because they will serve a purpose later. 170 is it's not bad. For what you're getting, 13 research and stuff, it's not bad. And I do see a lot of poisoned resistance, which is good, although I don't see a lot of... Yeah, the problem is we don't have access to much poison magic. We have no nature, we have no air, things like that, so we're not going to be able to do much with poison magic. Molder Mutator. 1 earth, 1 blood. Animal Awe, Tight Rain, Uninspiring, -1 morale. But they have Beastmaster +5, so they're specifically there to lead animals. Blood Searcher 1, so that means they're better at getting blood slaves. They count as a blood 2. And Unsurroundable 2. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing stuff with blood this time, so that's fun. We should look at the spells we're going to get. The Pestilence Plague Priest. So the level 2 priest, 2 death, 1 blood. Also sacred. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Depending on your bless, it's decent thug chassis. Scryer Warlock Engineer. 1 fire, 1 earth, and then 1 fire, earth, or death, and then 1 fire, earth, or death. So we could get some 3 fires and 3 earths or something. We're gonna be raining down magma shots. Also 16 research. They get a forge bonus. And they do cost a bit more at 290, but that's not that bad. Honestly, I might just make these guys. That's not cap only. It's tempting to just make them. So they cost 120 more. But I feel like we're not going to have great scales. I don't know. We'll see. And then the Gray Seer. This is our level 3 priest. 1 fire, 2 astral, 2 death, and then astral, death, or glamour. Well, they're more expensive. 430 and 4 recruitment points, so we're not going to be able to crank these guys out, but it is tempting. Now, did we see a lot of other astral? Or other than that, I think that was like it. I think that was all our astral, which means communions are going to be a little... Like, normal communions are going to be a little iffy. I'd have to make a lot of Gray Seers. And it's hard to say. I don't know what benefit we'd really get out of doing such a thing. But, okay. As for our units, we got Skaven Slaves. Stealthy. They are slaves. They are very, very cheap fodder. 3 gold, 2 resources. You can have a lot of these guys. But they do have armor, and we do have earth mages. So, you know, legions of steel and things like that. Won't make them amazing or anything. But they're there. Skavenblight Spear. Also cheap. 4 gold, 4 resources. They get a length 3 spear. Still pretty shitty stats, but they get shields. Slingers. Range 30 slings. 5 attack value. Yeesh. And with no precision buffs, that's going to be a rough sell. Clan Rat Spears. Getting better. Still kind of below average, but 14 defense on something relatively cheap is not the worst thing I've ever seen. Clan Rat can also be recruited in all caves. So they get falchions with a shield, 14 resources, 11 protection, below average morale, 13 defense. Yeah, 13 defense isn't amazing. It's alright, but with a length 1 weapon and low morale and stuff like this, yeah, yeah, it's a tough one. Night Runner. They are skirmishers, so they do not suffer a morale penalty when fighting in skirmish or sparse line formation. So they have nets and short swords. They are relatively cheap, 12 defense, 5 protection, 9 hit points. But yes, these are your flankers. So we have a pack of just Night Runners set to the side, attack rear or something like that. They throw in the nets and do pretty well, I would say. Not phenomenally well, but pretty well. Okay, Night Runners might get made. They also have Night Runner Slingers. They're a little better than the regular Slingers. But still, I'd be iffy. I don't seem to have great protection value, but we're getting to the bigger, better stuff. Plague Monks form the bulk of Clan Pestilence troops. So they are poison resistant. They're Berserker +2. They've got short swords and a pestilent bite, dealing disease. 12 hit points, 8 protection. Yeah, I think this would be potentially... Yeah, but it's just like length 1 weapon with no shields. They're gonna die quite a bit. And the disease, I don't really care about that much. And then the Berserker's gonna reduce their defense even more. We'd lose. I think that's the idea, though, is that we're just gonna go through a lot of troops. Like every battle, we're gonna lose a lot of troops. Storm Vermin. All right, they cost 17 resources, but they got 11 hit points, 14 protection, 12 defense. They've got glaives, length 3, dealing 22 damage. They got scale mail and half helmets, so our Legion of Soldiers of Steel and stuff like that will do nicely to bump this up to like 16 protection, 21 on the helmets. That's getting pretty respectable. Gutter Runner. 10 per turn limited. And I can see why, because you'd make a lot of these guys. They're poison resistant, they're stealthy, they're skirmishers, they're ambidextrous too. They got dual gutter blades dealing 15 damage with 5 armor negating poison each. And they have shurikens they can throw. Yes, pretty good. Similar in vein to the Night Runners. But the Night Runners I can make a lot of for cheaper. Yeah, I'd probably lean towards just making Night Runners, but we could throw in some Gutter Runners with them, because as long as they all have Skirmisher, they get that bonus. So, the combat speed, okay, there's similar combat speed. Yeah, that's good, because the cheaper guys with the nets will arrive first. I think that's good. We'll build both of those. Poison Wind Globadier. All right, so they throw poison wind globes that create poison wind. So this is where our poison's going to come in. 5 poison armor negating damage, area effect 2. Gold upkeep is out of a 20 gold troop. Recruitment requires a lab. 3 per month. Okay, basically, we never want to not be making these guys, I would say. I do have troops that aren't poison resistant. That is true. The Night Runners are not poison resistant. Well, the Gutter Runners are. And the Storm Vermin are not poison resistant. So that is going to be kind of a factor. But yeah, it's hard to say. Because I don't... What is... What spells are there for poison resistance? Protection from poison. It's nature. But that's just poison ward. You'd have to get nature 2. And use a gem. We could maybe find some independent mages. Usually nature 1. Maybe. I wish we were all poison resistant, but that might be a little too overpowered. But yeah, I mean, that's really the only drawback. Because otherwise, just, 100 of these launching poison globes right into the infantry is devastating. But we'll see. Rat Ogre. Okay, 5 per turn limited. Gold upkeep of a 10 gold troop. 30 hit points, 15 protection. 17 combat speed. They got a claw, 20 damage, and a bite, 22 damage. All they have is a protective amulet. Interesting. They do have natural protection, though. They are undisciplined. They count as animals. Okay. And Berserker +3. But with those kind of hit points, the only problem really is I'm limited in their recruitment. Otherwise, I'd make pretty much all this with the Globadiers and the Night Runners and stuff. That would be my army. But limited recruitment pretty much means they are going to be delegated to flanking purposes, or just like the front line, the initial front line. But I don't know. Warp Fire Thrower team. We can recruit 1 per month. We have to have a lab. They count as a 20 gold troop. 51 resource cost. They're fire resistant. They have a fire explosion on death. Fun. Warp Fire Thrower, range 13. 15 magic damage, area effect 2. Armor piercing. They have 6 shots. That is a very short range, but I think putting them like right at the front, right at the start of combat, and then letting our infantry front line sort of walk past them. The only problem, of course, is that they get sniped because they don't have that much protection. And then they explode immediately. But yeah, like, trying to get this volley off as soon as possible would be just great. Fuck up his infantry, and then my guys come in and finish the job. Again, probably going to be recruiting on this as often as I can. Doomflayer team. Again, 1 per month. We're going to have a lot of limited recruitments, so we're going to have, I think, pretty diverse army compared to what I normally have. We're going to have just a lot of these fun little things sprinkled throughout. So these guys are shock resistant for some reason. Ambidextrous 6. Wow. Okay, so they have no penalty for wielding these. They got dual wielding whirling blades. 2 attacks. Length 3. ×2 versus anything smaller than him, which is humans. You know, he's size 4. So it deals 12 damage. And he gets 2 attacks. ×2. So 4 attacks that are all slashing. He's just going to be butchering them. And the whirling blades count as a shield, too, with protection 24. Oh, God, yeah, we gotta have these guys. There's so many fun tools. Warp Lightning Thrower team. Alright. Again, 1 per month. They have the Sword of Iblis. 15 magic damage, armor piercing. That does 12 armor piercing fire. Oh, it's 26 damage with their strength. Yeah, yeah. And then the Warp Lightning Thrower. Range 18. 5 attacks, 6 ammunition. Again, like this and the warp fire throwers, just front line, fuck them up. That's great. Poison Wind Mortar Team. So this is your long range stuff. 40 range. They got 10 shots with it. It's not very precise at all. Does 10 damage and then has the Poison Vortex. 6 armor negating, area effect 5. Yes, I mean, again, like, all of these things we'll want to recruit as much as possible. None of these things seem to require a fort or the cap. They just require a lab. So, yes, we'll want to have labs everywhere. Crazy. Then we have Council Guard. This is cap only. This is our sacred unit. Bodyguard 2. Not poison resistant, surprisingly. Pretty good, but definitely not worth going for a bless with. They're really pretty average. I'd say for a sacred unit, cap only, maybe below average. This is, I mean, these are stats you'd expect to find on, like, maybe a heavy infantry. Even then, that's not very good at all. But they have a patrol bonus. They do have the bodyguard thing. So, bodyguards for your mages. And last but not least, the Censer Bearer. Also sacred. They get a Plague Censer, which releases a cloud of poison, armor negating. They get 2 attacks with this, so they will spread quite a lot of poison. They become Berserk when blessed, which is interesting. So a pretty powerful flanker. As if I don't have enough of those. I think what we lack really is a front line. And honestly, it might be worth just going for, like, the Skaven Slave Spears or something like that. Just chaff. Just something to hold the line and get kind of destroyed while my guys destroy more from the side. Because you can have a lot of these little dudes. Or going for the giant rat strategy or something. I don't know. I mean, the Plague Monks are poison resistant. But they don't have a shield. And they don't have great defense or hit points. And then they go Berserk and they get kind of even less defense. But I'm just not going to find a... I don't have a front line with a shield and poison resistance. That is not where we have our strong suits. So, yeah, we might just en masse, like, the clan rats and the Skaven Slave Spears. Yeah, maybe the slaves. Because then with the warlords... No, not the warlord. What was the other big guy? This guy. But he's only got leadership 60, unfortunately. Yeah, and the warlords only have Taskmaster +1. Chieftain has +1. I guess you're not going to get much more than that, so +1. Which means that the clan rats will still have more. Or we just go for clan rats that don't have the spear, but have slightly better stats. It does say they form the bulk of every Skaven army, so we'd probably go with these guys. Although they're not super cheap. Compared to just these guys, 4 gold, 4 resources. Like, you don't care that much if they die. Hard to say. Hard to say. Yeesh, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, let's see. The Pillar of Commandments. Keeper of the Pillar. Is this a Skaven thing? It is. This is a specific Skaven one. They do get an order bonus and a magic bonus from doing this. Interesting, because normally we have... Yeah, okay. We just have the misfortune limit, so we can go pretty high on scales if that's something that interests us. And these things do cost a lot of resources, even though they are limited. But the fact that they're limited and high resources means we'd like to have high resources like everywhere. Not just our capital or not just our forts and stuff. Let's look at our spells real quick, see if there's anything specific. We got Pox Rat, 2 death, summons a Pox Rat. Pox Rats are giant hulking rats that constantly generate clouds of poison. Great. And Vermintide, 2 death, 1 holy. Summons crazed vermin. More powerful caster, more vermin will manifest. Man, these battles are going to be fucking chaos. I think we can say that. Contact Vermin Lord. 4 death, 4 astral, 55 death gems. Summons a Vermin Lord commander. Manifest the physical appearance of the horned rat. Amongst the most dangerous creatures in existence, near invincible in combat and possessing great magical power. Well, if we ever get that, that is our thug extraordinaire for sure. It's Conjuration 7, though. Warp Static, 2 fire, 2 earth, 1 earth gem. Range 15, area effect 22 plus. Oh my god. Combustion. This is basically a mass charge body that can also set the friendly troop on fire. Both effects are magic resistance negates, so hopefully the mage casts this on some low MR chaff. Spell acts a bit like a projectile spell in that once the mage casts it, there's a delay before it lands on the target. Right, so the combustion spell. Which, okay, so Charge Body is a buff that causes attackers to take shock damage, and then you yourself also take shock damage a little bit. But this is Combustion. So anyone hitting them gets on fire, but then they also will be on fire. Should only really be used on expendable troops or those adequately protected. So, yeah, well, we're going to have plenty of chaff, I suppose. That is pretty fun. Again, chaos. Evocation, we get minor warp lightning. 1 earth, 1 fire. 3 effects, range 20, but 10 fatigue. It's pretty inaccurate. Yeah, okay. That seems pretty solid. So many things are going to die. Pestilent Breath, 1 death, 1 holy. Identical to Breath of the Dragon spell, but with different range, precision, AoE, path requirements. Yeah, good poison, AoE, range 18. Minor Warp Scorch, 1 fire, 1 death. Precision 8 is pretty phenomenal. That one's going to be pretty powerful, I think. That'll be nice. Warp Lightning, 1 fire, 1 earth, 1 earth gem. Range 25 plus, 13 plus effects. 13 plus armor negating shock damage. Yep. Warp Scorch, the upgraded version. Range 35 plus, area effect 9, precision 8. Requires a fire gem. Very nice. Greater Warp Lightning. Good God, we're going to be raining serious death on fools. Construct. Look at all these custom spells. Outfit Globadier Squad. Summons Poison Wind Globadier. 4 of them. So we can use this to kind of mass produce instead of just... Okay. That's 4 death gems. You can also get to level 3 Warp Fire Throwers, Doom Flayers. Level 4 warp lightning throwers, poison wind mortars, so we can mass produce it. We're gonna need a lot of mages. Level 5 construct doom wheel. Summons a single doom wheel as a troop. Great. Epic. I'm very excited by all this. And then level 7 screaming bell. Summons a gray seer mounted on a screaming bell as a commander. It's a big bell. Okay. Enchantment. We got Chant of Nurglich. Ah, we get our own unique poison resistance spells. So 1 death, 1 holy. Area effect 3. Short range, but 15 poison resistance. Okay. Skitter Leap. Identical to spell Gift of Flight with different path requirements. Okay, so we can give our guys flight in a small area too with death. Favor of Nurglich requires a death gem, but area effect 30 poison resistance. Okay. So we'll want to get something that gives temp death gems for sure, because we're definitely going to want that cast. Death Frenzy, level 2 death, level 2 holy, area effect 25. Identical to Touch of Madness, but with different AoE and range, requires a successful check against magic resistance to berserk the targets. Again, yeah, our shitty-ass chaff, we have a lot of buffs for them to make them much more viable. Okay. Blood magic. We got Molder Pit Breeding. 30 plus spawn. Exposed to huge quantities of warp stone. So 13 blood slaves. Okay. Breed rat ogres. You get 3 rat ogres as troops. Okay. Again, like you can kind of sort of mass produce them if we get our blood economy going. Breed pestilence plague rats. Mm-hmm. Okay. Improved Molder Pit Breeding. Mix 1,000 poxes, 99 blood slaves. Summons a plague priest mounted on a cauldron of 1,000 poxes as a commander. Automatically cast the Foul Vapor spell at the start of battle, which just creates poison clouds everywhere across the field. Well, that's very fun. Okay. So I was initially skeptical about all the poison and lack of nature, but the custom spells bring it home. Okay. Well, what do we deduce from all that? I think an Awake Expander would be pretty strong, to be honest. I do think it would be pretty strong. I think this is a faction that wouldn't have to go ham with scales, because they're going to have a lot of chaff, really expendable chaff that's really cheap, and then they can't buy that many of their strong fun units like that. And so, they depend more on like gem economy, which usually comes from just having a lot of provinces. And the more provinces you get at the start of the game, the better you are in the long run. So there are a lot of arguments for an Awake Expander here. So there is the Keeper of the Pillar. This is certainly an Awake Expander. He's got Astral 1, Death 1, Blood 1, Fear 5, Invulnerable 15, Poison Resistant 15. He's got Dominion Immortality. So as long as he dies within his own Dominion, he'll come back in 6 months. And he's got Recuperation. And Ambidextrous 6 with 2 Bane Blades and a hoof. Yeah, this is an Awake Expander. So, well, I mean, we may as well look at this guy, the Arch Plague Lord. Fear 5, Recuperation, Poison Barbs, Inspirational, Ambidextrous 8, Skilled Rider 3. Definitely not as capable, I would say, but, I mean, in that expanding purpose. Oh, this does have Poison Cloud 6. And its own Fear Aura 5. So that's pretty strong. But 13 protection with 55 hit points. You're going to need some kind of pretty good bless to keep these things alive with that. And the Seer Lord. You want to go for more of a rainbow caster. And then the Pillar, of course. For your scales option. Interesting. I like all that stuff. Good stuff. Alright, but we're gonna go Keeper of the Pillar. It's pretty badass. And we want him awake, so we don't have that many points to play around with. For the Bless, I mean, there isn't much. Like I said, these guys are not so hot. They're fine, but not amazing. These guys are fine, but not amazing. And then for casters, I guess we do have the Grey Seer. We have the Pestilent Plague Priest. And they are going to be in a lot of battles, because there are a lot of... Yeah, these are all these are going to be in battle. We know that. Because the one holy, one... Yeah, like the Chant of Nurglich. Those level 1 priests can all cast that early on. They can cast Favor of Nurglich later on. So those guys will have benefit. But at the same time, it's like, how much am I really going to bless them? So if anything, I'm going to pick a bless that's going to help this guy, which would be... Blood Surge, I suppose. Or, he's a demon. So, I don't think... Yeah, a Reforming Flesh doesn't help him, unfortunately. Well, I mean, vampiric weapons would be pretty fucking insane for him, but I'm not going to go that ham. Could go Enchanted Blood. He doesn't have that much protection. You know, it's hard to say. Especially if he gets hit with any magic attacks, but he does have 20 defense. So I think he's just hoping to avoid any damage, which means that perhaps Enchanted Blood would help. So let's say at least 4 blood to get Enchanted Blood. Beyond that, if I was going to help out the casters, Farcaster probably has some value. I saw a lot of low range on like those various buffs and things like that, so I'd say, yeah, Farcaster, and then usually magic resistance is nice to have, or Arcane Finesse is very nice to have, but that's a lot of points, and I don't think we're going to go that high, because I'm already fucking scrapped, man. I'm gonna have like the most basic of scales. Magic resistance. Or are we just go, yeah, Arcane Finesse and like Undying. Or Arcane Command. I don't know how many magic beans we have, but I guess... Or we have a lot of death magic. We're probably going to be summoning some fucking undead, so maybe I should take Undead Command. Okay. And then we can get, like, Productivity 1. Fuck. These are the balances you kind of have to figure out, like how important is the bless for you, how important is the pretender for you, things like that. Because I mean, we could say nix that, we go down here, we go down to this, and that's what we get for the bless. You know, like that's kind of it. And then we could take order 1. Because we're going to be taking a lot of blood slaves and things like that, so that helps. And growth 1 to help out with that. And then maybe dump some stuff, like go down to drain 1. Or, I mean, we can go really low on misfortune. I don't usually do it, but I know that a lot of people do. And then don't really need an insane dominion compared to just growth and order and that. Fuck. I hate that. Well, we can do that. It's questionable scales. Everything's questionable because I can't look any of this up. So that's what we're going to go with. That's probably one of the weakest blesses I've ever taken. But I guess we'll give it a try. Hyporos. Okay, because we're 51 minutes into this and we haven't started the game. But there was a lot to look at. Yeah, we're gonna do everything as usual. We're gonna do 8 points required, and so we gotta take 4 thrones, and away we go. Skavenblight Special Mechanics Explainer. Warp Stone Seams. Every turn in any province controlled by the Skaven, there's a small chance that a Warp Stone Seam will be discovered, a site which provides 1 fire, 1 earth, and 1 death gem, but also increases unrest. There can only ever be 1 Warp Stone Seam in a province, and each turn there's a chance it will become an exhausted Warp Stone Seam. A chance greatly increased if the Skaven no longer control the province. Exhausted Warp Stone Seams do not provide any gems or create any unrest, but prevent a Warp Stone Seam being found in the province. Exhausted Warpstone Seams controlled by the Skaven have a chance each turn to become functioning Warpstone Seams again if there's a lab present, although there's a chance the lab may be destroyed in the process or even destroyed without restoring the site. Okay. So basically, we got our own nice, unique magic sites. As long as we control the province, they can become exhausted, but we might be able to kickstart them again by building a lab on them. And of course, we're starting underground, which is fine. What's not great is we're starting next to a big throne. Okay. I'm not going to blind expand in the caves with my guy that doesn't have any buffs yet. We want to get body ethereal at the very, very minimum. We could have him start blood hunting, though. Or research. He doesn't have 20 fucking research. Yeah, the thing that we'd value out of blood hunting immediately is probably the Molder pit breeding. Since we're not sure exactly what that entails. I can look it up on the mod inspector, maybe? No. It's not showing that one. No, I mean, I see all the unique spells. Doesn't show the blood one. So I guess it's not... I guess it's different. Okay. I don't know. It's probably research. I think we want to just get Alteration 3 as kind of quickly as possible so that he can actually solo expand pretty safely. Or more safely. He doesn't have Unsurroundable. And he's depending on defense. And he doesn't have Reinvigorate. So it's kind of scary. I don't think he's an amazing solo expander, but I could be misjudging that. We're going to send out our sneaky little scout bastard, though. Actually, why don't you go this way and go up top and see what's out there. And then our starting army, we get 26 Clan Rat Spears. Something I was going to maybe mass produce myself. And 13 Clan Rats. Okay. No ranged to start with. So, I guess we'll profitize Craventail. And for units, I mean, we definitely want to be making these big, beautiful things, but we also don't want to lose them because they're very expensive. I think getting Rat Ogres at the very start, they're cheap upkeep, and they're pretty powerful. Combined with our chaff, they should do nicely. We want to start making mages as well, and I think we were pretty happy with the Warlock Engineers. For research purposes, we also want, you know, some of these guys, but their research is way worse. And we also want assassins, because those are really fucking good too. So we're going to be wanting a lot of stuff. And I think this, like, summoning 3 giant rats, it's just such a waste of recruitment points. So we're going to go with the big boy. I got to get some kind of warp thrower, right? I got to get something in the first turn. So fire, lightning, or the mortar team. Probably the mortar team. And then probably just a bunch of the shitty chaff. Clan Rat Spears, probably, I think. Because they just have the nice higher morale. Okay, we're going to go with that. That's all our money, all our resources, everything we got. Let's do it. So we're playing against Bretonia, Nuln, Strigos. Okay, you're going to give this monthly explainer to me every month. All right. And we already got a hero, Tretch the Grey Seer. Great. Well, he's a level 3 priest. 1 fire, 2 astral, 2 death, 1 glamour. He's got Fortune Teller 13, but he is old already. Disease resistant, though, is good. Okay. I mean, for now, I'm just going to kind of sit in here and research, but that is good. Tunnels of the Lost has a whole lot of ghoul and soulless. Mine is spare, pale ones, hidden realm, pale one, and heavy infantry. Looks like a pretty easy throne. Pale one, huh? Me. Pale one. 18 hit points, 2 protection, 10 defense. These guys are not that strong. I might be able to take that. With my normal army, I'm saying. Yeah, only 2 squads is kind of rough, and he can't do lines. It's also kind of rough. Well, I could really tank our morale, I suppose. Undisciplined mortar team. Probably just attack. We don't have much finesse here for this. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. Claim life. 20 armor negating damage. Chest wound. Pretty good. Don't really have any sacred units, so that's pointless. I can give a sermon of courage to help out with morale on the front line. And then claim life. Let's see how it goes, shall we? We're gonna attack. Alright, and then keep on keeping on. We have no money. Good, good. We have no money. These guys, the rat ogres, are very expensive. Admittedly, maybe too expensive. Let's watch the Skaven. Yes. There you go. A little extra morale for you. You're only at 9. But look at how few there are. You're fine. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, the rat ogres. Yes, rat ogres. Oh, dominated. Oh, no problem. Even though the mortar didn't fire and just went into melee because he was undisciplined. Okay. We lost 1 clan rat. I will take that. Cavemen. Now that's a little trickier. That's a little trickier. I'd rather almost take on the throne at this point. What can we recruit here? Scouts, chieftains, slaves, Skaven slave spear, slinger, clan rat spear, clan rat. So we can get clan rat spears from a different tile. We want a lot of money, really. I'm kind of glad I went with good scales. Even though it seemed like a faction you'd just tank scales with. But no, definitely not. Also, more mortars. And, yeah, I think the Rat Ogre flank is pretty fucking powerful. It's a lot of my money, but damn it. I mean, I might just buy Skaven slaves. Patrol. You're going up to see daylight for the first time. Okay, let's get an actual commander that can do proper formations here. Let's get a warlord, and let's get... Yeah, I mean, the other guy is a priest. He's a level 3 prophet, or a level 3 priest, but he doesn't have the death magic that we kind of want. So... Yeah, okay. And then let's get... Gotta try some of this other fun stuff, man. A pale ones have any resistances? Dark vision, siege bonus. No, I don't see any resistances. It's cold-blooded. Okay, then let's go with the warp fire throwers and then clan rat spears. Okay, daylight. gonna have you go here to search that for sites. And next turn we will get Alteration 3. That'll be good. We got our general, so we don't need that. I'm gonna grab Chanter. Yeah, so you can handle 4 squads. I love it. Just gonna combine all you guys, really. There we go. Okay, so they're undisciplined. We can't do anything about them. They'll come in eventually. We can do a double line. Hold and attack closest. Hold and fire closest. We'll see. I feel like there's going to be a lot of timing problems. We'll see. And I'm going to go after the throne, I guess. I feel like this isn't that tough unless I have grossly incorrect information on it. So go take it. I mean, I could take a mage, but what do I really have for buffs? A lot of personal buffs. Mirror image. No, it's also personal buff. Not much. Not anything that would really swing the tide, I think. So that's that. Alright, we have a Thel-Aren, the Filthy Elves. In the first forest. How cute. Let's see how it goes. I want to see those mortars fire. Oh, Sabbath Slave. Okay, that is quite a few, I'll say. There's the... Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yes. Poison. Ah, that hurts. Oh. Okay, but the rat ogres are strong, man. Rat ogres with their 30 hit points. Not to be misjudged. Oh yeah, this looks good. This looks good. Chase after those fucking circle masters. Oh, we won. Excellent. Can you imagine how 50 of those poison mortars? We did lose 6 clan rats, 13 clan rat spears, 1 ogre, 2 slaves. But the rat ogres, 39 kills. Those things are phenomenal at this stage. Especially once I get some buffs on them. Oh my lord. Alright, and that is an easy throne claim. Didn't expect that. Here are 10 troglodytes. Troglodytes are pretty painful. Because they can trample. But like I said, we want to just get that... Get our artillery firing ASAP. Oh, you can go directly there. Okay, good. Except I don't think I have any buffs for you. No, but we do have Body Ethereal. We need to get enchantment for you to get this stuff. We also want evocation, because there's a lot of fun evocation stuff. And we can get construction online. We want to get thaumaturgy. I don't have, or maybe blood sabbaths. I don't know. Get a lot of stuff. It's all just so exciting. So instead of sending them to inn, I could. Yeah, I don't think you actually serve a purpose. I could send Iperos in to handle this fight instead. And we could go back. So for you, you're going to be casting Body Ethereal. And Gift of Cheated Twist Fate. Yeah, Twist Fate. And then maybe Skeletal Body. Although I think troglodytes are slashing damage. Claws, yep. Slash. And then what about these ghouls and stuff? Claws, slashing. But yeah, we don't want to send our... It's all paralyzing poison to stun the shit out of them. And they're undead. They're not affected by fear, so... Yeah, just those two things are pretty strong, and then attack closest. We'll do that. And you should have not much problem. Also, we should probably try to get assassins online, because those are really strong. Let's get an assassin. You got the Crystal Throne. And there was a battle in the hall, so let's see our expander on his first foray. Against 10 troglodytes with Body Ethereal, I wouldn't really expect him to fail. Okay, seems like slightly more than 10. Okay, yeah, perfectly fine. Little iffy though. He just, yeah, he doesn't have. Having 3 attacks means he can target one thing with 3 attacks. You know, it's not he's swinging 3 times at different targets. So, Dominion -2. Merchants have established themselves in my temple. What, Skaven merchants? Those assholes. Decent army. But again, I don't like undead either way. So my poison's not going to do really anything to them. But the rat ogres will fuck them up quite strongly. We did hit enchantment 1, so now we can poison resist our own guys. Yes, so we're going to move in, and we're going to move you with. And we're going to script you. We're going to... Didn't I get enchantment 1? Enchantment... Oh, enchantment 2. Fuck. Okay, well, it wouldn't have mattered that much for this fight anyways. I'm going to have to do control-click a lot of times on this run. And then you're here to search for magic sites. You're going to go back home for some purpose. I could take on the cavemen instead, but we'll do Tunnels of the Lost. It's part of my circle. And we have our assassin. Why don't you go assassinate a caveman? That'd make life easier. Alright. So it's really just like, do I want to start recruiting a lot of clan rats off of my cap? No, because I think we want to build up money to get a fort going. They're all drip caves, but we need to specifically get money, so probably here. Right on Giant Spine is where I want to build a fort. So, once we deal with the cavemen, we'll get to doing that. I guess I don't have to deal with the cavemen. We're all sneaky sneaks here. I mean, I don't have to deal with them to start building up there. But for now, we'll just end the turn. Alright, we did find a cavern tomb. We're also... Oh, the Bone Nose tribe. Okay, we handled those, no problem, so that's good. And here we lost 1 clan rat, 17 spears, 3 Skaven slaves. No rat ogres, and they got 50 kills. So good! They're so good! Okay. Yeah, okay. And you are going to assassin... Oh, instill uprising. You can do that, too. That's right. There's a spy. To increase the unrest in a place. So if you're ever seeing your unrest just randomly go up and you're not sure why, that could be it. Those nasty little spies. Doing nasty little spy business. Alright, we want more mages, though. Our Dominion's good and strong, so our prophet doesn't really need to, preach anywhere. But we'll have him go with the main army to give him Sermon of Courage. And why don't you search for some sites? We got the steel ovens, 125 resources here. And forging, 20% less gems here. And it's got high pop. We may want to just build a fort here. Eventually, once I get enough money. A lot of money is going to the rat ogres. Watch a sneaky little rat kill a caveman in a tavern. I didn't know they had taverns. Boom! Look at that! Instantly cut off his arm, slashed open his chest. He's at 2 hit points. Let's see. He missed. We repelled him. Complete repel. Did 1 damage to him. Then the poison finished him. Decimated. Granted, if he had landed a clean shot, I could have just, like, died. It's possible I could have died in 1 hit. I guess that's always true, but with cavemen, especially true. And then I killed his little girlfriend, just for good measure. Alright. Then we're going to attempt to assassinate any other commander that's there. And go attack. Now, you can cast Chant of Nurglich. Probably 3 times. And then animate dead, I suppose. Why wouldn't I pick... Well... Yeah, okay. Let's do it this way. Yep. Yeah, so just give our boys some poison resistance. All good, all good, all good, all good. Okay, good. Here's the Bone Nose tribe. I wonder what type of faction they are. Killed another caveman. And easy battle. Nothing happened. Immediately routed. Love assassins. Oh man, it's fucking frigid down in the caves. I don't like this. Alright, we're heading topside. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, Mikey. That's not a necessarily great idea. 60, give or take. Heavy infantry, heavy cavalry. I think we go pick up more troops before I attempt that. And we'll attempt some assassinations. Norfang right here. Next to Strigos, the vampires. Let's start assassinating. Oh, and he's butting heads with Bretonia already. Alright, well, we're gonna search. We'll be patient. Go there. We're trying to build up funds slowly, slowly, slowly. But yeah, keep making troops and mages because it's important. Good, good, good. Nothing. Alright, kill the commander. Dominion -2 and Skavenblight. There's a false prophet. Fucking tax -80%. And false pretender. And the secrecy. What is happening? Oh, this is Misfortune 3. Yeah, I should have figured. It's just never good. It's all bad forever. Yeah, fuck. Do not have much money. The more mages you shit out, higher your upkeep goes. Yeah, I think he can win. I think that's fine. We'll assassinate one more commander just to be extra sure. Skitter Leap. That's right, he could fly if he wants. Ooh, that is pretty tempting. But we are talking about now 60 fatigue. Is that worth it? When he's depending on his defense. Yeah, I don't think so. It's a nice thought, but flight usually doesn't just... Oh, there's a commander. I jump on him, he's dead. Game over. You know, it doesn't usually work out like that, even though I wish it did. Okay. We should probably get a second commander if we're going to keep expanding like this. Found the Enchanted Pyre. We assassinate a mounted commander. Assassinate a commander. Battle in Norfangs. There was a commander left, but it doesn't matter. We won. There was a tunnel and popular port of cavemen. And of course, they took over the Tunnel of the Lost. And we got the heretics. Now, I don't know if it matters if we didn't kill the false prophet. That's a good question. Well, I might have to go to the Discord for this one. Oh, here someone had my exact same question. As far as I know, the retreat kills him since he has no friendly provinces to retreat to. Perfect. Got him. Alright, so we lost Tunnels of Lost again. It's not like it's worth a whole lot, but pisses me off. We're going to grab our expanded army here. Oh, so much poison. Oh, so much fire. So good. Let's go deal with some cavemen. For real this time. And this thing fucking crawling out of the hole. It's like out of Cataclysm or something. Well, how much do we want to butt heads with Strigos? Whereas I could just go this way so we have our tunnels controlled and connected and everything. But this is a throne here, and it'd be nice to control the throne. Be nice to control the throne. Okay, I guess we're doing it. Got another mounted commander. We lost 7 spears, 7 Skaven slaves, and a warp fire thrower team. Now they only got 4 kills, so now we need to... And I knew there was going to be these growing pains where I try to figure out the exact layout I'm happy with. I mean, that alone should have just fucking decimated them. They're unarmored. Oh, good. Good saturation. Oh! I mean, man, they're taking a lot of abuse. They have so much hit points. They're really just like tougher barbarians. Yeah, okay, so they got into melee. And then one of them exploded. We're just laying down poison. And obviously, most of my guys do not have poison resistance until I get the death gems thing going. So we're definitely doing some friendly fires these days. So what's the cheapest death gem temp that I can get? Because that's going to be pretty valuable to us. Let's see, death. Nothing at construction 3. I doubt there's anything at 1. No. So then we gotta go all the way to 5. Ghost Orb, but that's death water. I'm not happy about that. Fuck. Damn, death water. I don't have access to any water, I'm pretty sure. Water is for weenies. So we'll have to find an independent mage that can get that. And then we empower them in death, most likely. Unless I can somehow... Or you, we just convert enough gems to water, and then we empower someone in water just to make that. Which is not that crazy of an idea or anything. It's not that far off the table. Wait a minute, what a crystal mage. Oh, they're old boys, but they got 2 earth, 2 glamour. I don't think that really helps us that much. But 2 glamour is... Yeah, we will never get 2 glamour normally. Does that have a lot of value for us? Maybe for forging purposes. I haven't really looked at glamour because we haven't played with a glamour nation in a while, so it's hard to say. Hey, slave market. 3 blood slaves per turn. Forever. Increase unrest by 2. Very nice. Now, what's weird is there's no lab here, so I don't know how exactly you're getting them, but you do get them. Alright, we're gonna have you go here. Take Baltimore. Oh, Baltimore. Sorry. We're gonna keep... There's a Bone Nose tribe. Try assassinating one more there, just to be sure. Nice to have a throne this early. That's big for Dominion spread. Like, no, you know, no one's really gonna have that many temples or anything, so we are... And we have a strong Dominion in general, so, yeah, that's pretty potent. I mean, I doubt we'll just suddenly dom kill Strigos or anything, but, you know, we're gonna have opportunities to fight in our own Dominion here, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, you're moving up. I guess that's it. You know, we could start doing this, spending some death gems to just get Globadiers. Poison Wind Globadiers. We liked those guys. Those are the ones with the Poison Wind Globes that we could just run up and throw. But research is pretty big. The other thing we could do, I suppose, is make something for our big guy. Some of the black steel shit. I don't know if he needs any of that, really. Oh, he has no armor whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, he's got natural protection. He's got the invulnerability 15, but armor would be a decent thought. Let's make that for him. Okay, other than that, we're still just trying to accumulate money and take over provinces. Ooh. Crazy. Must have gotten sniped by... How did I die? Okay, I took a beefy hit. And I retreated. And I died. What? Oh, we got that one at least. We took over that one, no problem. Okay. We haven't gotten one of those seams, the warpstone seams yet. That would be kind of nice to get. Barbarians, I'm always iffy on with a solo expander. So we're gonna go here. Love that map move. Research. And that's kind of it. Oh, you're still patrolling. Idiot. Okay. Yeah, we probably want to get Alteration 3. I mean, even if it is going to cost us death gems we have to carry around, we're going to want the poison resistance. I wish it didn't cost it, but it does. And probably just more evocation. I mean, this is such fun stuff. There's going to be insane friendly fire. The entire... I mean, it's not going to be a problem we solve. Let's put it that way. There's just always going to be some form of friendly fire. Unless you somehow get poison, shock, and fire resistance on all your troops. Just accept it. So, I mean, in that case, the slingers, like, in mass with the flaming arrows. And then you just say, fuck it. You know, that kind of thing, I guess. Alright, we got another commander. There was a battle there. So they must have had a lot of commanders. I felt like I was killing them for days. Misfortune, of course. Ooh, now that's more throne. Now, how is this the same level of throne as the one that was next to my capital? There's that much variance in thrones? Now, I could see building a fort here. I know this has much higher pop. But this is already quite protected. This nice mountain barrier, you know? For income purposes, this would be the one to build it on. But for security purposes, this is hard to beat. Can I afford to build this turn if I scrap everything? Yes. Alright. I'm going to have the assassin do it because I don't have much else for him to do at the moment. We're going to go up here. I mean, we're going here, but yeah. You can go here. Strigos. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're expanding nicely. Dominion is pouring out. Getting the second throne is going to be a little trickier. That is quite a lot. Alright, we lost 12 spears, 13 Skaven slaves. They only got 5 kills. So, you know, it's a... You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And, you know, usually they are your own eggs. So, that's just how it is. That's life. Oh, Tretch the Gracier prevented great disaster. So we had cold +1 winter and a warm +1 summer. Pick up any new spells you might be interested in. Nope. Other than maybe magic resistance. We'll get to that. We also want to build a fort here. Maybe I should take the good old woods first. I have no money. So... Yeah, oh, but that's water. Yeah. Okay. Then let's take Tapanete. I remember that from last game. Oh, here's Nuln. Now, I thought most of the indies were all going to be Warhammer, but maybe that only applies to, no, I don't know what that applied to exactly. Didn't seem to have done much. Yeah, I mean, none of this is Warhammer stuff. Okay. Found Lilium Vale. Took that pretty easily. And 2 clan rats, 14 spears, 1 rat ogre finally died, and 13 slaves. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, and that's some more death gems per turn. We like that. Good, good. We're going to take Batimore. That's interesting. It's all divided by water. And we have heat scale, I believe. Yeah, we took heat scale. Or did I? Thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Why would I have not taken heat scale? Well, this is 10,000 here. But it doesn't have the river for the high income. It's just, you know, this is again a nice defensive spot. So I might still stick with this, although this side can just go right in there anyways. So maybe not. Maybe we'll just go here. Build there. Yeah. We'll bump the PD up. Bump the PD up. Just a little bit. But I think we can start making units again. More of the engineers? They're pretty good, but maybe we want to get some of these death blood guys. They have their own purposes. We also want to get the Doom Flayers, but I don't know, you know, I have the Rat Ogres. They serve a similar kind of purpose. Similar purpose for sure. Same with the Night Runners. So I'm kind of content just doing the Rat Ogres and the Spears. Just a lot of Spears. And then, like... Yeah, I mean, the Warpfire Throwers are actually getting a decent amount of kills. I don't know if the Lightning would be much better, but it is further range, and that is quite important. Let's go with one of those, and we'll leave it at that for the moment. I know I'm underproducing on purpose. I want to get the forts up. Then we can really go crazy. Okay, Batimore was taken. Death +2, Unrest +11 in Mines of Despair. Well, it's obviously not going to be a great place. You called it that. Someone called it that, it wasn't me. Misfortune 4 is pretty bad. Let's put that there to make sure. Honestly, for our misfortune, we probably should have 11 everywhere to prevent some of the bad stuff. Okay. Let's have you construct a palisade. You're gonna search and you're gonna preach. Okay. It's going well. Strigos is not just bum rushing my face. So that's good. He's not hidden. And if this were a multiplayer game and you just saw an assassin sitting next to your base, not hidden, I feel like the only conclusion you'd really could come to is that he's building a palisade or there's doing some like 4D chess bait move of some kind. One of the two. Alright, after Evocation 3, I think we want to try to go down to Construction 5, or we get into a bit of blood, at least for Molder pit breeding. Since I am getting blood slaves passively. Alright, let's go blood 2. And then we want to get, I think, Construction 4 at least for Soldiers of Steel. So let's go that, and then you may as well go 5. And then probably more Evocation. Okay. Found a mud field. Yeah, I feel like those are probably all over the place, but sure. Oh, famine in the Mines of Despair. You don't say. Alright, we're gonna give the barbarians a try. Hopefully I don't die. Very possible to die. I guess that's what assassins would really useful for. You know what? It's just there's so little reason to do it. Oh, you can't even cross that way. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, I have to go back underground. Why don't you just search for the moment then? It is autumn. This might still freeze over. Because I don't think I have heat scales. It's already got 2 castles up. I mean, maybe he gets some cheaper castles or fortifications. Who knows? Who knows with this mod and with this game? In the wake of famine comes plague. Awesome. Yeah, really loving the Mines of Despair. Great. Great. Okay, so we can make stuff here now. Most of our lineup can just be made in any fort, which is great. Assuming I get a lab here. So once we have enough money, I mean, it's going to be Rat Ogre City. Everywhere. I'm going to make 1 Packmaster here. I'm going to repeat Packmasters there. And they will just build an army of rats, and we're going to try that out. Okay, he searched. Alright, fine. We're wasting time, but we'll waste time. Can cast dark knowledge, but okay, I guess cast dark knowledge. Just to check that one. Holy shit on a pancake. Stegobar the Tree Man Ancient. I assume that's his pretender. Well, that is very thematic. I'll say that. Stay away from me, bro. We're not at war with anyone, but we're going to send the assassin over here through there to get to the barbarians. We're going to hold the line here. We'll hold the line here. Probably build temples, but we just got to get money up. Money, 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 money. Money, money, money. Yeah. We're going to have to go to war with someone eventually. This is Warhammer. You can only get 2 thrones without going to war. But I think if we go to war, we want it to be somewhere where we have our dominion. That'll help a lot. And I don't know what to make of the vampires. If they're all actually vampires, that's a problem, but I don't think they're all vampires. There's cultists and black knights and stuff. I feel like I'd probably rather go to war with the elves. Probably. But we'll see who kicks things off. It's usually how I do it. I don't like to start the war. Seems mean. Cave of Dark Rites. Warpstone seam discovered in the halls. Excellent. Alright, so now it's just a magic site until it runs out. There's an assassination attempt on Skaget. An Eshin assassin hired by a jealous rival, scheming underling, or perhaps even a paranoid superior has made an attempt on the life of one of your commanders. Each province has a 1% chance of this occurring each turn, though it can only happen once per month globally. I thought Skaget was an assassin. No, he was my warlord. Building the palisade. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, luckily that doesn't cancel it. You don't lose your money just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and build a temple. And then down here, we're gonna build a chieftain. I have 157 units. Okay, build another chieftain. Jesus. It's not that much, but it's feels like a lot at this point. Well, that also froze over, so there's that. And start sending some mages too. Got a maze. Blah, blah, blah. New prophet. Blah, blah, blah. Tony attacked Independence and won. Okay, so we gotta look at Bretonia's units here. Fae, Enchantress. Look at that. Air, water, astral, nature, glamour, level 3 priest. This must be your pretender. This has to be your pretender. There's no way this is a fucking just commander you make. It'd be insane. Grail Maidens, water, nature, glamour, level 1 priest. You got Knights of the Realm. Breton Heavy Lance. Full helmet, plate auber, kite shields, 18 protection, 16 defense. Yeah, this is very M.A. Ulm Black Knight kind of stuff, for sure. But with the added twist of being taskmasters with slaves. Oh, they got pilgrims that are slaves. Huh. Not all is rosy and pink, I suppose, in Bretonia. Yeah, those Knights of the Realm got 28 kills. Pegasus Knights, also with Breton Heavy Lances. Damn, these things are also... These are like flying Black Knights. 17 kills. Yeah. Unique hero. Skrolk, the Plague Lord, with 6 Censer Bearers. Awesome. Also, insect swarms are eating my crops. There's just curses and unrest spreading. And a bunch of free thinkers has been banned in search of a more pluralistic government. Skrolk. Well, he's a level 3 Death Mage, level 2 Blood Mage, level 3 Priest. He's got Fear 5, Berserker 5, Recuperation, Poison Cloud 6, Poison Barb 5, Inspirational 1, Ambidextrous 4. My god. That is quite a thug. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly pretty dangerous, but I don't think he's thuggy until I get some gear on him. Although, the fucking Rod of Corruption, 2 attacks that spread incense clouds, area 3, and 25 armor negating poison damage. Length 5 fly swarms. Attacks with his weapon cannot be repelled. He's pretty strong. Pretty strong. Also, you know, he can spam Horde of Skeletons. So there is that. And then if they get through the Horde of Skeletons, he can probably solo the rest of them. He's powerful, but it's hard to say if I want to do anything with him just yet. Alright, Gutter Shank, you're up. Okay, I got way too many. Gotta divide our forces here. Hold on. Yeah, that's acceptable. We're gonna take Gutter Shank and... Oh no, because we gotta go pick up the whole other army. So I don't actually need all this. Put that back. Take this. Put that back. Put that back. I guess I could go look at the army here. 71 units there. Which means you are fine. Yeah, it's pretty close to cap. Okay, so we're gonna bring you with, and I'm gonna bring we want some double earth guy, double fire guy. Those are strong. Might leave one though. Maybe one of these. Okay, let's take that. Right, so we got you here to... Fuck. So does he just automatically summon 3 giant rats everyone? Yeah, okay. So he doesn't have to do it as an action, he just gets rats. Well, you can build this into a fortress. There's that. I mean, Dominion's really strong here, so all these things that are affecting our Dominion, -1, blah, blah, I mean, that's not really a... You know, the throne here is just keeping everything really strong. Which means we're not spreading as much as we could, because we keep hitting those minus... Dominion... things, so there's a higher chance then that it adds a point to our own domain, rather than spreading outwards. But, you know, he does not have strong dominion next to us here. And it's his capital there. So, yeah, I mean, I think if we really wanted to and we don't go to war for a while, we could just build a bunch of temples and maybe Dom kill him. Especially if I take this second temple. Oh, God. Or the second throne. That would be big. Alright. Build a barbarian chief. Yep. 1 fire, 1 earth, 1 death. Increase unrest by 3. Okay. So hold on. The Molder pit breeding was fire or blood and earth. So who can do that? Probably the Molder mutator. Yep, specifically this guy. Alright, we're gonna get one of him then. That good. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do with you, but you're gonna go that way. You're gonna take Gutter Shank with you and Gutter Wolf with you. Those two must be brothers. Alright, we're gonna take it on because he's gonna assassinate another commander. Hopefully that'll do it. Bretonia. Now, if there was a crazy world where I wanted to build a third fort, where would it be? Probably Baltimore, right? That's a strong position. Nice swamp and river. Although, the swamp has very low income, river high income. So it sort of cancels each other out, I suppose. But it's got a great population for money. And it's a decent defensive position. So why don't we have our prophet, I suppose, go over there. That's not risky at all. Oh, whoops. No, you are still building, my friend. Almost fucked that over. Big time. Okay. Yep. We could start sending more mages in, but into combat. Okay, that was easy. No problem. I love that. Minimize 2 in Norfang. Completed the Palisade and Giant Spine. Well, good thing he hopped over before the rivers unfroze, because now he's stuck on this side. Getting some very nice gem income for this stage of the game. I gotta say, 6 death, 5 earth, 3 fire, 3 astral, 3 blood, and nature, air, glamour. It's everything. Except water. So if we found a water mage or something, that would be the bee's knees. But I don't expect that to happen. Okay, there's our giant rats. No gold upkeep. Formation fighter, undisciplined. 11 damage bite. I really... we'll see. The fact you have 4 of them in a square is pretty strong. That's 4 attacks on one big target, on one target. I mean, assuming they have 1 in a target or one in a square, like it's a big mounted unit or something. Then that's gonna be 4 of our attacks against their 1. But they have length 0 bites, so they're going to get repelled to hell and back. Thankfully, they don't have abysmal morale. And these guys do have Beastmaster 3 to help that out even more. And they can be given specific battle orders, so they can go all the way to the back of the pack. You know, it's questionable. It's questionable. But we'll see. Well, I really think Strigos would not take kindly to it, but getting the Grain Coast would also be really slick. I'd have a base next to a 3rd throne, and then Lake Fortune would be a 4th throne, although that one's going to be a lot harder for me to get with no amphibious units and no water mages. But, you know, you miss 100% of shots you don't take. Why don't you search while you're here? Why don't you search while you're here? You can search while you're here. Let's build a fortress here. Well, we could certainly make some just warp fire throwers. I mean, that's probably what I should have some of those mages doing, right? Is just making those throwers. Because that's kind of the benefit of our economy. Although you can now do molder pit breeding. So I guess keep doing that for a bit. We could also, yeah, have someone start blood hunting, I suppose. Okay. Yeah. We want a lot of money. We have more resources than money. I think that's fair to say. Bretonia is already attacking Bone Nose Tribe. Look at these little goblins. It's perfect. Oh my god. One of your commanders has entered the Cave of Dark Rites. The unspeakable ceremonies performed therein have tainted the soul of your servant. With this taint comes unexpected influence over creatures of mystical origin. Unrest plus 40 in the good old woods. Okay, hold on. Good old woods, unrest. That's hurts the income quite a bit there. So now he's tainted. He's got enhanced leadership properties. But he's going to get attacked by horrors at some point. And he'll die. And there goes my profit. So I wish you hadn't done that, pal. Hmm. Long deads and ghouls. Can I beat 100 of them? Well, I can't go that way without going here. So I guess I'm gonna step into... Well, I keep forgetting they're all sneaky. It's very strange. They have an entire sneaky army. But I guess I can sneak over there, but why? Why would I? Why would I? Alright, Gutter Shank finally arrived. So now he can slurp up all these units. Oh, my mortars are gonna block out the sun, baby. Well, that is a pretty big line. I suppose that does have its some benefits. Rat ogres are going to be undisciplined. They're just going to go, so hold and attack. Then we've got the mortars. And then these things. Who's to say? That's all. Who's to say? All right, so we can cast Favor of Nurglitch, and that is a benefit to doubling up on a double line. Is you're more likely actually going to get them all with the poison resistance, and considering this cost me fucking death gems. I think that's a good argument for not not doing that. So we're gonna cast Favor of Nurglitch twice per battle. And then I guess, I mean, range 18 is very little, but sure. What can you cast? Well, you can also cast Chant of Nurglitch, I suppose. Sermon of Courage you could throw out there. It's kind of nice. Let me do a couple Sermon of Courage. And then you could spam Pestilent Breath as well, in case it hits something. And then you... So you only have one Earth, so you can't get Summon Earth Power yet. So really you serve shocking little purpose outside of our special unique spells, which is why I brought you. Minor Warp Lightning, range 20. 3 effects, or Minor Warp Scorch, range 30 plus. Area effect 2, 8 precision. Yes, this is all I really want you to cast forever and a day. Oh, I also have you here. Yeah, so many mages. So you can summon Earth Power and cast Soldier of Steel twice. And then cast Minor Warp Lightning, I suppose. Or Magma Bolts, which is pretty strong, too. I'm just going to assume all the modded shit is pretty powerful, but Earth Meld also is kind of OP, so we'll take that. Okay, that's the army. We're still kind of waiting for this fortress to be built. Unless I want to leave him behind specifically because of reasons. I do want to give you death gems, though, because you're going to use those. But alright, we're going to want to just sit here. Let's go get into a fight. We want death and destruction, and we're going to assassinate the commander here. Well, they're building up rats. There's no doubt about that. And I got no money, so let's end that turn. Assassinate a ghoul. You sure did. Assassinate... No. Battle in the Mictian Marshes. Alright, let's see our horde. Now with spellcasters. Oh, yeah. Except these guys are all undead. Poison resistant 25, but it still did damage to some of them. Come on. Oops. Well, we saw damage numbers. Oh, that must be on the mushrooms there. Oh, that did damage. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. We're a little too far forward, though. Oh, jeez. You gonna shoot this? Shoot this. Oh, God. A little too far forward. I mean, theoretically, the perfect distance forward. No, not the perfect distance forward. But it was a distance that got kills. And killed my shit pretty good. Ooh, ooh. What did we lose on that one? Well, 12 spears. And they're pretty damn cheap. Those warp fire arrows got 61 kills. I love them. I love them. Make a million of them. Darken the skies with my warp fire. Yeah, so his fatigue starts to go up, his defense, he's surrounded, so it's at 3 right now, minus 20 for the harass. So now entirely banks on invulnerable and body ethereal, and the fear aura. Desperately hopes the fear aura will just scatter him. That one was close. Just too many damn units. But we did get it. Glad he didn't pick up any injuries. Yeah, I mean, body ethereal does a lot of work. I mean, in any of these fights, he would absolutely have died. But, yeah, you can't just look at this and be like, oh, wow, he's no problem. He's the best. He's the greatest. He's a world conqueror. It's like, no, that was very close. We got Icket Claw. Holy shit, Icket Claw, Chief Warlock Engineer. That's pretty big. Fucking Icket Claw. He just gets a novel for for his background description. 3 fire, 1 air, 1 water. Yeah! 3 earth, 2 astral, 2 death, 1 glamour. My God. I don't think this unit would ever exist in the base game. I think Warhammer probably... This mod probably has its own level of balance. So, I think you can combine and play these nations with normal nations. I mean, obviously you could. And if everyone's okay with that, fine. But it's hard to say, especially these warp fire throwers, man. Right. He also comes with his own warp fire thrower. Jeez. Shock resistant, fire resistant, poison resistant, stealthy, reinvigoration 2. He's got 34 researcher, ambidextrous 4 with his storm demon claw or whatever the hell. No, he's just got his glaive or whatever. He's got a mechanical claw, warp fire thrower. But our primary use for him right now is that he is going to be seeking out water gem locations. Actually, just all locations. He is He will find everything pretty much. Right, because we wanted to get the temporary gems for death, which we could only get through this, which is death 1, water 1. Now, he doesn't have... Oh, he does have death. Yeah, of course he has death. So, he actually can make that already. I don't need to make anything else, but I do need the water gems, and it'd be nice to just have some supply of them so that all our death priests have temporary gems. That'll be great. Look at that. 70, that's a low one with no person radiating power. Vine Ogre, heavy infantry, and archers. Honestly, I think my army might be able to do it. Vine Ogres? Vine Ogres? They gotta be like weak to fire or something, right? They're blunt, pierce resistant. They're not weak to fire, but they're certainly not resistant to it. They also have is a plant 1. I don't know exactly what that means. Also, there's a haunted village here. But we are going to move the army in. And I think we're going to make a play for a second throne. I think that's pretty good. Also, 178 unrest here is not good. I mean, that's not gonna fix it. That is very much a band-aid on like open heart surgery kind of problem, but yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. And then for the assassin, I don't know. Usually trying to assassinate stuff here is pretty dumb and stupid and risky because you're going to try to assassinate like the Etten commander or something. It's just not going to go well at all. But maybe I should make assassins here as well. Let's do that. This one, 4 months remaining. This fortress, 1 month remaining. Get more money out of that. Yeah, it's gonna work out. It's all gonna work out. Man, if we can get 2 thrones with sights on a 3rd one, we are doing well. You know how big some of the sprites they get just thrown around. What the hell's with the elves? Alright. Oh yeah, the pit breeding. We haven't looked at that. Yeah, they just are constantly fighting one another. That's fun. Some barbarian scouts. They refuse to say anything about their purpose. Great. Okay, let's take a look at... Yeah, we ran out of blood slaves. So what do we got here? Foul spawn. Undisciplined. 11 hit point, 1 protection. Tentacle. I mean, this is basically just garbage. Shit tier. Although this one gets 3 tentacles. That's better. So they're all over the place. This one's a weird spider person. I mean, it's just garbage. Rat ogres. Yeah, we know that. More shit. It's like, I don't know. Maybe there's something in here that's decent. The web's pretty good, but I think we just kind of throw them in an army and have at it kind of thing, you know? These guys get life drain. At 15 hit points, but 0 protection, so they'll probably die instantly anyways. Touch of leprosy. Yeah, fun stuff. Glad we're messing around with this. They're all different, so getting them into your army is pretty obnoxious. Can't just auto-select all foul spawn, which would be a handy hotkey to have. I mean, I know you can do, like, shift for a whole section of them, but I got a lot of other units in here, and it's just... I guess it would be easier to do that. Oh, what am I doing? He's full up. Right. We gotta just get another commander down here. Yay, we just gotta get another commander. Alright, you're on research. We're gonna get a commander then. Oh, have I just been making mutators? Oh god, I have just been making mutators. Oh, fuck. That was a big waste of money. What the hell are you guys gonna do? These things aren't even that good. I gotta get improved molder pit breeding. Maybe. It could still be a big waste of time and money and blood slaves. Well, I guess they can all they breed rat ogres. That's far more valuable to me. Okay, you know what you guys are gonna do? You're gonna go blood hunting. Yeah, I mean, I don't have many great spots down here, but I'm okay with not many great spots. Just get out of my sight and go blood hunting. Let's get a temple here. Help our Dom spread. Yeah, I mean, we're planning on taking this eventually, but not just yet. When the second commander comes up here, then we'll do it. So for now, we're just patrolling. Oh, actually, castles are there, too. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we probably want a lab. Labs are good. We can build a lot of warp fire throwers. Alright, let's give him a shot. Assassinate. Yeah. I mean, our Dom is not doing as well as it was before. Because I'm sure they're all getting temples up everywhere and stuff. I can see temples all over the place. They don't even have more money than I do. It's just... I don't know, let's take a look. So, provinces. I own the most, followed by Bretonia. Bone Nose Tribe has taken a nosedive, it seems. Okay. Forts, Athaloran, Tops. I'm in there. I'm competitive. Income. We're third. Again, Strigos has like no money, probably because he spends it all on temples. Who knows? But then again, that is kind of saving his life. So who am I to say? We definitely have the highest gem income. No contest there. Although Athaloran is getting up there too. We do have a tiny amount of blood income for the moment. Research, we're on top. Dominion, we're in third. Thankfully, none of the people ahead of us are our direct neighbors, so that helps a lot. And Strigos is at the bottom, but he is scrambling upwards. We definitely rock for army size, which is awesome. And we are the only ones with a throne. And as soon as we get 2 more, Dominion's going to rock it up even more. I'm going to end the video soon, but we want to see how these throne battles play out. Found a deep crevice. Yep. There you go. We tried to attack a Enchantress while she was eating at a local tavern. And it did not play out too well. Because she's got fucking glamours. I mean, also they had 2 heavy infantry bodyguards. Oh, and the swarm. That was the real kicker. She woke up and cast swarm immediately. which does cost a nature gem, and I just... Yeah, it's annoying. Every mage you encounter is going to have gems on them. Ooh, and then a lightning bolt to finish. Okay. No surprise there. All right, let's... Yeah, we could go with Gray Seers. That is viable, I suppose. Could keep pumping out more assassins. But I think the Warlock Engineers are just the strongest bet overall. Except for the Gray Seers. But I can get 2 Engineers for 1 Seer. So... Alright. And we do have a full army for you, my friend. It may not be the army you want, but it's the army you deserve. Well, I mean, yeah, we got... I can bring along some of... Well, we got mages, too. These things are undisciplined anyways, so... We're gonna bring along... Oh, no, he took all those spawn with him, didn't he? Alright, fuck it. But we are bringing mages. So we've got... Fetch. You're gonna be useful. Rip Throat is actually a 3 earth, but I might want to save him for forging purposes. We'll take along Burkett. And... Yeah, see, we're not getting enough 2 earths for my satisfaction. And we don't have enchantment 5. That should be our next goal for Horde of Skeletons. Although Warp Lightning... But I don't have Earth Gems yet, so... Forget Warp Lightning for the moment. Okay. Burkett. Fetch. And Trollsk. I don't know who I had picked before, but yes. You're going upstairs. Painclaw, you are blood hunting. How did no one search here for anything? Oh, well, the big guy's gonna get there. Assassinate. We love assassinate. Alright. Well, now the number looks to be at 190, so that shuffled a lot. But I've got 141 with warp fire throwers and my big boy, so I think we can handle it. We've got everything scheduled, so we're just going to put him here. That's a pretty safe spot, I think. We'll put you on attack rearmost. And then I think the only adjustment we want to make is these a little further back. That was a little too close last time. But otherwise, good to go. Don't remember how far behind the rat ogres were, but their speed's 17. I mean, they're not going to be that slow. Because they're going to start moving immediately. So they move twice. No, not twice as fast as a human, but... what did we say these were? These were like 5? 7? 5? Wasn't it something like... I don't remember now. 5, 10, 15, 20 in one round? Is that what we're saying? I don't know. Go back there. It's fine. Alright. Let's fucking attack. I wish we were attacking into our Dominion, but that will take a while, and I just want the throne. So we're doing it. Blood Hunt. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. We're all good. We're all good. You're not recruiting anything here. I suppose that's okay, but I probably should recruit more here. Yeah. I could get some sensor bearers. Shockingly, no recruitment limit, and they don't require a lab. And it's a lot of poison. Not a bad thought. What are we going up against? Yeah, just a lot of slingers, soldiers. I guess I probably want more rat ogres then. Let's make sure we get those. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's do it to it. Got 4 good blood slaves. Tried to assassinate the Jaguar Tribe Warrior. We did. We're gonna have to assassinate a lot of guys. But we got an enormous cauldron of broth. Ah, okay. We might starve them out now. Battle in Lilidor. Ready for this one? Boom! Right in the archers. Oh, you're moving up way too much, guy. Oh, fire, 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 fire. Fire, fire, oh, fire, 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 rat ogres. Poison. Oh, the vine ogres. Are they immune to poison? Pretty much. And they're resistant, but the warp fire throwers are not immune to at all. Oh, and the rat ogres are now running rampant. He's in the back now. He's gonna fuck up the commanders. Vine ogres are almost done. Morale's still somehow holding, despite all the horribleness that's happening. Independents are routed. Archers are fucked. He's doing just fine against the Etten, who also got routed. Although if he lands a shot, that could really hurt. Oh, shredded. Rat ogre supremacy. And that, my friends, is that. There were definitely losses. I think we lost a lot of little spearmen. I don't know how many warp fire throwers we lost. Okay, we lost 1 engineer. Bummer, but acceptable. 24 spears, very acceptable. 6 rat ogres. They got 114 kills. That's an amazing KD. 4 slaves, 6 warp fire thrower team. They still were a little too far forward because I don't have them on hold and fire. And I think I should. The vine ogres were just a bit too fast. So, yeah, there should have been a hold and fire, or just putting them further back a bit and then fire. One of the two. But still. I mean, granted, I lost 41, he lost 94. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I took the fucking throne, so I'm happy. There was an assassination attempt on Skavenblight. He wasn't putting up with that, because all you had was commoners for some reason. Oh, that was the Blood Hunt assassination thing. Yeah. Huge barbarian horde. We got Queek Headtaker, the Warlord of Moors. We keep getting unique heroes. It's an assassination attempt. From a ghost. I mean, that would have been a really shitty way for Ikit Claw to go out. But yeah, the barbarian horde did take over there. Okay. Well, I'm quite pleased with these results. Claim the Throne of Ascension. And, let's see. You all can just search. You can patrol. And we'll do that. You are going to blood hunt. You are going to blood hunt. Creekhead, the Warlord of Moors. 150 leadership. Got a Banefire shield, poison resistant. It's got the Gouger. Okay. It's got Dwarf Slayer. Okay. It's got Warp Stone armor. It's pretty nice. Other than that, I mean, he's sort of thuggable, I guess, but I feel like I'm in a sea of thugs, and I just have to gear him out. Yeah, the Bane Fire Shield is kind of nice to just have. But no magic is always... I struggle with any thug build that has no magic and is not an assassin. It's just like, it's got to be pretty nutso for me to want to bother. So I think we'll just treat him as a free commander we got. I mean, it did come with a bunch of storm vermin. We have a lot of earth and fire gems. I probably should be just making... I can also construct doom wheels. 10 earth gems. 2 fire, 2 earth. I did have some guys that could do that. I think I took them. Damn. Well, otherwise we can just obviously make poison wind mortars or warp lightning throwers. Yeah, let's get some of these warp lightning throwers. Let's just make that every month. Well, certainly the hope is just to assassinate all the guys here. But I think the Hill Giant might be a commander and the Anunnaki will be a commander, so I don't think we'll get those. Is there some heavy unrest here that I could patrol? No, we're all pretty good. We have high order. We love it here. It's amazing. Yeah. Extra +2 unrest reduction everywhere. So that's 3 unrest removed everywhere. Then we have our PD. Okay, and then... yeah, we got that other commander going up here. 36 units here, so I suppose if I'm going to send you somewhere... Oh, there's also these guys here. Yeah. Go pick up that real quick. Okay. Throne of Water. Nice. That's probably water gems. Love it. No suitable blood saves anywhere, but 13 in Deep Mount. Oh, shit. Assassin. Oh! Are you serious? Was this the Anu? I mean, it's 3 air, 3 water, 2 earth, 4 astral, 2 nature. I gotta watch this assassination. This is a fucking masterclass. Caught him sleeping, that little fuck. Right up to him. Boom. Done. Jeez, that's simple, huh? That's amazing. Fucking Assassin 3. These guys are insane. I could win the game probably with just these. And, like, actually giving them items and stuff. Crazy good. Hey, we found another Warpstone seam in Deep Mount. Awesome. But there's Unrest 34 in Chilad Caverns. That'll go away soon enough. Completed Palisades in Batamore. Killed some filthy brigands. All in a good day's work. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Alright, well, he's already at 150, so... I guess I'll dump off some of these troops here still. We're going up here. So I think we can carry up to 30 slaves, 30 gems of any kind. Yeah, that was... Oh no, that was not the Anunnaki. But that was a nasty spellcaster. So hopefully we can kill some more of those, because that'll be great. Why don't you just preach here for the moment? Until I figure out what to do with you. Yeah, so... We don't want this to get taken, and I can't afford PD. So we gotta nix some of this shit. Just so I can afford PD here. But I'm also not going to abandon it. The only thing we're going to do is have the big boy swoop back around. I mean, we really want to build a fort here, right? Or fort here, or yeah, probably fort here, even though this is also a really nice spot. But this one isn't bad. But yeah, obviously, you want a fort on your thrones. But that requires quite a bit of money. Now, if I'm frugal next turn, I should be able to afford it. If I don't build anything else, I remove all recruitment, we should be able to start building it. But I'm going to hold this fort down with these guys, which admittedly isn't much, but they also don't seem to have much. This could be a problem. This is right next to his capital. He may take offense to me being here. But, oh no, not auto search. What the? Both of you preach, and you just go on patrol. Okay. Yes. I think that's all correct. Can't even see the fucking throne behind all these guys. Good God. Throne of the Moon was claimed. Oh, that's the Anunnaki. Ishtar, when she went outside at night, not even in a tavern. She wasn't sleeping. You still fucking lost. You're gonna enslave my mind? Yeah, keep casting it, bitch. Ain't doing things. Look at this. Look at this. So, it's got a penetration roll of 11. I have an MR of 13, which means that that's a difference of 2. She's got like a 30-something% chance of success or something like that. Oh, she did land a shot. Half health. Ow. And I have not hit her yet. I shouldn't have looked at the results. So, the poison damage, that's a different scale, or she has like a poison meter. When that's full, does she just die? I didn't. Well, how does poison work? This is a great time to just stop everything and just look up poison damage. Poison damage acts very slowly, builds up in the target like fatigue, but decays into HP damage at a rate of 10% each combat round. Nothing prevents this damage/fatigue. Poison resistance only reduces the initial application. Unit can possess only a maximum of 100 poison at a time. Okay. So when it says like 35 poison, that adds onto that. So that adds onto that bar. Accumulates. And then every round, 10% of that goes away, and she takes that as HP damage. New to Dominion 6, poison buildup applies a percent penalty to the subject's attack skill and defense skill. Oh, that's pretty significant. Having just as much poison as max HP provides a 25% penalty, while having twice as much upgrades that to 50%. So... Right, so we hit her for 17 points of poison damage, and she took 10% of that, rounded up to 2 as damage the next round to HP. And now she's took 4 points from the lingering poison. So, yeah, very possible for me to die, and then she also dies from that, but, yeah, poison minus 8% to her defense now, and to her attack. Interesting. And then death. Well done, my friend. That was quite a kill. All right, well, we may as well watch the other one. Although this is just a Jaguar Tribe Warrior. I would very much hope I win. Yeah, okay. Excellent. Damn. There's not going to be much left of this army. Yeah, they don't like me, Shadow Servant of Nuln. Sneaking around on the throne. Okay, I have a lot of, assassins. Why don't we send one to Sitala to take that over? Oh no, take this over. Fucking barbarians. Fucking barbarians. You are 2 fire, 2 earth. You're pretty valuable, I gotta say. But alright, we don't want to recruit anything. No recruit. No recruit. No recruit. Yeah, I have just enough money to start building this. Getting pretty close to our supply here. And it's possible I won't need any soldiers at all to take this throne. But I guess we'll see. Fucking Bretonia, or, Athaloran. They're hitting the Dominion pretty hard. You must have a lot of temples. Except these two don't have any temples, so... I wish there was a temple chart, how many temples you have. But I guess you gotta go by this. We're tied with them. I don't know why I'm getting beaten back so much. I have a throne. But... Oh, fucking... Nuln has a throne. Yeah. So we're getting hit from him pretty hard now. He's got this throne up here. He's gonna have his eyes set on this throne pretty heavy, I would say. But we move on with our lives. On Cavern Tomb. Got some 16 blood slaves. Jesus. Did not find any enemy commander to assassinate. I've been building up troops for no reason. Oh, and the barbarians moved into Strigos and died. So that is the end of that. Earth Gems. Discovered a Strigani Domu. Sacred Scouts. Recruitable without a temple. I worry that he just has a billion sacred units then. Okay. Well, that was an easy get on the third temple. But I guess we're all going to move in because... Well, no, we don't all have to move in. We'll just move you in. And that will lessen the supply enough. So we'll just do that. Okay. I mean, honestly, I don't see how Strigos really survives long in this game. With Dominion. Like, he just has no provinces to really speak of. He's sandwiched between basically 4 different factions right in the middle. He does have the underground, but that's like, what, 2? 2 provinces? So that's nothing. He hasn't even taken Satalia yet. 2 of the neighboring factions have multiple thrones. Like, I'm gonna have 3 thrones. He's pretty fucked. So I think, honestly, we just start assassinating his shit and calling it a day. I'm gonna send you here, and I'm gonna send you into Strigos. Yeah, I should have just snuck through. I keep forgetting we can sneak everywhere. And if he gets caught, I mean, it's like, so, you know, whatever. Patrol. Patrol. I guess I do have a bit more money. We could build a lab here. I guess I should. Build a lab. We'll start recruiting again next turn, but we're going to immediately want to build a lab, a palisade here as well. So, that's fine. Enchantments coming along. Research slowed down because I stopped building mages and I keep pulling them away. There was still a bit of a battle there. Weird. Living statues didn't just, like, dissolve. Or maybe they did? Or, I don't know how that works. Yeah, that all gets routed. They are just dying. But they still have some actions. Or was that all friendly fire? What? No, I think that was friendly fire. Okay, never mind. That's it. That's it. Good, good. So then we just gotta wait for the big guy to get here. Or Craventail. But he's busy preaching. We won't bother him. We're gonna just have you get over here. And you are going to start constructing a palisade. And that'll be 3 of the 4. What will be the 4th one? Well, that depends. I assume Lake Fortune. Yeah, that's all aquatic. So that's not strictly off limits. Not strictly. Because if we do get an assassin and we give him a ring of water breathing, pretty simple to just go and assassinate a few mermen or whatever's down there. I think you can go back home. Let's bump up this. But I do need that one guy to actually make the water shit. Wherever he went. Wherever the fuck he went. Did he die? No, he's here. So, you know, we want to watch out for Icked Claw. We do have some water stuff. We are getting 3 water gems around now. Probably thanks to the Throne of Water, which, weirdly enough, is not in the water. Yeah, and that's giving us 3 per turn. So, assuming we hold the throne for a while, eventually we could empower someone else in water to make the ring, but obviously we'd rather he just do it, and I'm pretty sure we can. Yeah, oh, is it no, there it is. Ring of water breathing. So we should get one of those made, and then toss it on an assassin, and just see how he does in the Lake Fortune area. And then we just have to get a ring on our pretender once he clears it out, and then bada bing, that's a 4th throne. If we want an easier path, obviously just wipe out Bushford, go to Sitha, bada bing, bada boom, we win the game. That's probably more tempting, so we might just do that. We do kind of have overwhelming military force here. Look at our might. Jesus. Fucking Skaven, man. Yeah, alright. Well, I gotta end here. It's been a lot of fun so far, though. Damn. I mean, this is like... They should just... They really should just make, like, Dominion's Warhammer Fantasy. And just, like, get in touch with Games Workshop. Get in touch with the guy that made this mod. Put it all in a stew. And just make it official. And fucking, I will throw you $70 right now. But even with it not official, and this just being a fan mod, it's amazing. But I think... yeah, see, the thing is, it's like Dominion's, it's not mainstream. Never going to be mainstream. It's not really like a mainstream viable product. But I it's possible that with like a big budget and like a team to really so much of this could be just 3D. Like, it could be. It wouldn't add anything for me, but for mainstream viability. Like, this could all be 3D. The battles could be in glorious 3D and, you know, cinematic and epic and all this sort of stuff. And the UI, obviously, could be vastly improved. The whole experience could be vastly improved with, like, not requiring hotkeys to actually do certain functions. There are certain functions you cannot do without using a keyboard hotkey. That is not displayed unless you choose to display it. You know, things like that. But just the gameplay is so fucking rock solid that we look past all that shit. And it's just amazing. So, I don't know. Obviously, we're never going to get Dominion's Warhammer Fantasy. This is what we've got, and this is damn good. So, but alright. So next time we will... we hopefully make a relatively quick victory. I mean, honestly, the fourth throne is 2 spaces away, and it's still unclaimed. So we'll have to go to war with the orcs, but that's pretty minor, I think. Although, this might be his capital right here, so... But we have so many troops, and we have an awesome Pretender God that's just rampaging as well. So, it's kind of a bummer to finish the game that fast, because, like, we didn't get into the high-end craziness, epicness, but still, like, there's so many other factions to play as, too, so I'm always conflicted about that. But I just did a really long game, so I don't mind a shorter one. But alright, my name is Mangg. This has been Dominion 6 Warhammer. We'll see you fine folks in the next part.